million from.
Yeah.
And then,
Oh yeah, we are live. Wow. All right, there, that's yes, and
casual conversation.
yeah, it's all right. Yeah, Leny, Yoro, chat and everything. Me and Kev, and yeah, hopefully every single one of you. Big thank you to everyone in the comments, and obviously the everyone, all new subscribers as well, and all the regulars. If you are new around here, it's just me and Kev. We'll get a couple of lads on throughout the new season as well. Just relaxed. Don't take ourselves too serious round here. Just have a little chit chat about the footy and the Reds, and a bit more football talk as well. And yeah, I've got a comment from there we go. We'll get to Kelly's comments very soon. So if you are watching on the repeat, we will feature future comments like that as well. Kelly, shout out to you live. You are watching on the repeat or live. Really do appreciate you, everyone in the live comments. We'll try and read through every single one of your comments. We're not one of these channels that just solely rely on super chats and only read out super chats. We love a super chat, we do. But we try and go through every
If
comment.
somebody takes 30 minutes to write a comment, that's getting read out. Like,
It's a whole dissertation, that, Kelly. So nice one, that, lads. I'll give it about a 70 or 80 out of 100. Like, but yeah, big support on the channel. We're getting into the groove of it again for the new season. Had a little bit of time off because you need it. Been doing YouTube for about 7-8 years now. There's only so many.
It's called money, Jack. You need money.
Yeah, you need money. You need
money. So if you don't have money, you got to go get it and then come back and do what you like doing.
There we go.
That's what we do.
Yeah. So, Kev, how are we, lads? You've been well, I was going to say hiding in a cupboard, but you've been building a cupboard today.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Jack, it was the equivalent. It was bigger than what Chandler and Joey built in Friends that time when he built it across the door. But this thing went up as well. It was just huge. The wife's parents bought it from Yisk. You know, that's like the same kind of company as
I'm just saying nod because I don't.
So it's same as I suppose we call it IKEA, but it's the same type of company as that, you know. But the quality is just a lot stronger as well. But like
Irish version.
No, it's just the same. It's the same. I think it's Swedish as well. But they just they're here in Cork, whereas IKEA is up in Dublin. But anyway, just the big palleted thing put together, and then they had to go. Oh my god, man, hanging doors and doing stuff. I'm tired, man.
So there you go.
Body's broken.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you want Kev to sort your wardrobe out, if you've been busy in work, he'll come round for. He charges like 20 quid an hour.
About 1,000.
Yeah.
About $1,000 for me to do that again.
You just have to pay for the flights and everything to come around.
Like, and that's in pounds, by the way. About €1,500.
Yeah, IKEA and the shop that Kev did allude to, the classic media trained thing to say is other products are available. Sod it, we love IKEA and whatever that shop was. But yeah, hopefully we get a bit of a
weirdly with a JYSK.
Fair enough. They should just do of course, or something. I don't know, some Scouse version of it. Well, I don't know. Callum, how are we, lads? Hope you had a good day, mate. Thank you for coming in again. Not surprised we ain't bought him. We don't fit the profile, in my opinion. 18 is too young, so we have Quansah already. Yeah, and we'll speak about bloody import. I completely forgot about that young French lad that has been linked over the last 48 hours with Liverpool. Another RB Leipzig, but we'll get to that. Callum, very much do appreciate your comment, mate. Plenty to go through tonight. Speaking about Yoro, Arne, the blue that will be in the dugout. But hopefully he's a very successful blue. Not many of them around anyway. Sorry. Hello, lads. We'll defo get on soon. Yeah, 100% there. We'll sort that, lads. We will sort that. But yeah, it's crazy money. But first, you were quick.
I'm just going to say it first.
Yeah, go on.
I don't know where the links to Yoro came from, except for fan base. I haven't seen anybody legitimately actually say that we were going for Yoro. That's why I've never talked about him, because I'm just like, who is he? Who's linked him to him? And give me the concrete evidence of who. So
no one knew apart from Leo fans that he existed 12 months ago. But you'll have people on social media go, "Oh, I play Football Manager. I've known for this lad for about 2 years." It's like, yeah, go ahead, son. Yeah, sound if you pay for Ligue 1 Plus or whatever it is every season to watch all the Leo games. Go on.
But I heard of a fella called Alcantara that I used to have in my football
Pez.
manager for like 20 Pez and 20 years ago, when it was all the fake names. But then that didn't mean that I knew who Thiago was, like, you know.
Yeah. That's why I said on the show last night as well. I'm not going to sit here and say I've seen when we were speaking about Pacho.
No
like
idea.
I might see 1 or 2 games, but Liverpool's our priority. I.e., we are a Liverpool channel. But we do watch a lot of the Champions League games. But
Yeah.
but fair enough, Yoro. If Man United want to spend big bucks on, like they did with Varane, that was an absolute disaster of a signing. Big wages, 300-400, whatever he was on.
Is he gone now? Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's gone to the new club. Is it Como? The new Italian side that's been promoted under the management of Cesc Fabregas. I tell you what, that's a big coup, really, for Fabregas. That just goes to show the admiration that obviously Varane does have, and the standing within European football. Cesc does have already in his early stages of being a young manager, a bit like Alonso. There's a lot of them all now, like especially my generation of like players we've grew up watching now becoming managers. Some of them have kind of hit the stumbling blocks. We all know the names, but I'm pretty sure that once to give it another 5-10 years to get a lot more experience, and you will develop even better. But quickly, before we get straight into Yoro, we'll get to Kelly's comments. Kelly, big up there, mate, or anyone, as I said, who are watching on the post-match, do get your comments.
Are you reading this, or am I reading this?
Yeah, I'll do it, la. It's I might need a breather, so if you want to, you want to do halfway.
Okay, yeah, we do. Go on. Let's do it in different accents. Let's do it in different accents.
There we go. Big up there, Kelly. I'm really looking forward to seeing how Arne Slot gets his ideas across to this squad. It's really well balanced squad in terms of ability and age range.
That's a good impersonation of a Scouse.
Of course. Yeah. The squeaky door. I don't know. It's loaded with some exceptional young talent in Morton, Carvalho, Bajcetic, Elliott, Quansah, Gravenberch, Doak, and Dans, etc., who all have the potential to push forward, developing into world-class brackets. Endo, Van Dijk, Salah, Robinson, Andy Robbo, and Allison, all in their 30s. So it's not like Slot has to rebuild the squad, because they're all past their far as they're far from it, especially Allison, as goalkeepers go into their peak when they hit their 30s. Plus, if Virgil van Dijk retires from international football, that will help prolong his career. Plus, also of players who are in the middle of those two mentioned age brackets in McAllister, Jones, Canate, Costas, Kelleher, etc. Slotter's a lot to assess and manipulate in terms of his tactical ideas and patterns of play. I think it will be a mixture of 2 possible or 3 signings this summer.
I agree.
Yeah, only more if, for example, Diaz or Kelleher are sold and need replacing. My ideal signings would be for Kelly and Cappy, who can play both at left back and also centre back to a high quality. Anthony Gordon, as it looks as though a deal can be had with Newcastle after all they've offered him to us. A Liverpool fan also, you don't offer a player to his boyhood club, then retract that you did with the consequences. I believe a deal can and will be done for him. As for the DM/6 role, I'd like to see how Bajcetic and Morton both get in during pre-season before committing to possibly making a new signing for that position. Kev, straight off what Kelly's had to say there, mate. Pick apart what you want, mate. And I think you spot on, Kelly. Really do appreciate them. Thank you to everyone getting your comments in tonight. We'll get through them as much as we possibly can. And anyone watching on repeat, we will get back to that as well. But it was very interesting that you mentioned that his thoughts on obviously Bajcetic and Tyler Morton. I think that will be a key point, really. And he mentioned the age bracket and certain players in this team. It's important because, as we spoke about, I think on the show that he commented on, it's not going to be Arne Slot's going to come into the squad. First and foremost, he's going to be him as a manager or head coach. Sorry, the head coach. He's there to develop the players and get the best of what he has got, and if it helps get new signings in as well.
100%. You know, I keep repeating myself, and as you know, my feelings on transfer windows, I just think it brings out all the yahoos. And if my goal in life is to block everybody that just goes nuts over transfers, that's my entire like. Yeah, no, but I mean, like, as in, you know, the fantasists, the people that are living real life FIFA 2024, whatever you want to call it. I know what it's called now, EA Sports, whatever it's called. But the IEFFC, whatever it is, people that are living in that kind of bubble, I want all of them blocked as fast as possible. So the more they speak on Twitter, the faster I can block them. It's that simple. So, which is great. Like, so, and then it becomes really quiet, and then you start to. It's amazing how much of a good place Twitter can actually be when you keep the level-headed people on your feed, and you're just seeing that it's actually good conversations about football and what you call it, you know. So it's pretty good. But look, my thing is, I like to be able to promote as well from within. I'd like to see Martin and Bajcetic. Now, I still don't think Bajcetic is a number 6 fully.
Yeah,
I think he's more suited to the Thiago type role. I think he's gifted. I think he's more of an anchor player rather than a number 6. Is he capable of developing into that? 150%. But do I want to waste him in that when he can become a creative player? I think not. Like, I would like to be able to rotate like Bajcetic and McAllister there, or in certain games, and like I'm all about rotation this time with teams. You know, I get that we're going to need players to be solid and go forward, but we burnt out McAllister last season. We burnt out Szoboszlai last season. Endo was overworked last season. We're going to need rotation in the midfield. We're going to need, you know, we're going to need Szoboszlai available. I want to see Bradley and Trent rotating, and if we do rotate, I want to see Trent move further forward into midfield to relieve Szoboszlai. I want to see Salah rested for a couple of games until we need him, and bring on maybe Harvey Elliott and do it that way, you know, and just really play him in his preferred positions. Just unleash the beast that is Harvey, because he's a fantastic player. Also, but Tyler's stats, even though tackle wise, interception wise, it's not there as a DM, but he's well capable of being that centre midfield type player that's needed. You know, he's got a good caliber about him.
Yeah, 100%. Apologies, chat, if my mic is cutting out. Let me know, Kev, if you can, please, lad.
It was at the start. It's not now.
Yeah, I think it's booting up the hamsters need to pedal quicker in the background. Salah Morton, as you said there, Kevin, obviously, it's going to be interesting. I know, like, when you do look at data and everything, sometimes you've got to compensate really in terms of the league they are playing in. But I think in terms of the data for people around his age as well, he was very highly regarded. I think he's got all the attributes there. Passes attempted, very much reminiscent of what Arne Slot wants to bring into Liverpool as well. The thing is, you can look at data all you want. Obviously, it's a very good picture in certain elements as well, to judge a player. But until we see them in this new system, I've got a couple of quotes from what's his name, Quansah, a bit later. It's only a little bit that he's done today on Liverpool's website, and he spoke about obviously the impact in which and the excitement really he's going to be having with Arne Slot as well. So it's develop within, but nice one, Kelly. There, you were absolutely spot on. I think more or less.
The thing that I will disagree with Kelly is, as much as you want to say you develop youth and stuff like that, we're doing that with Harvey Elliott, we've done that with Jones. Number 6 this season is the one place that I don't want to risk. I don't. It's the one. It's what leaves Van Dijk open. If we were to spend the majority of our money this season, I would go all in for Palacios. I would go all in for what's he called from Benfica? Is it Neves? Or any of these guys, and I would bring them in. We're going to need people that are already proven in that position, to be honest with you. Fabinho was proven in Monaco as a right back and a central defensive midfielder, and even at Real Madrid he was doing well, but he just couldn't break into the Real Madrid side. But in saying that, man, I can't sit there and just hope about that number 6 role. We were frustrated enough last season. Endo did a great job as best he could in the position that he was done. He just reminded me a bit of Lucas Leiva, to be honest with you. Kind of a cult type of player that, he's not the greatest, but he'll give it his all when he's on the pitch.
Yeah.
So but I think we need absolute quality in there in that position. Everywhere else can just be backed up. We've got Joe Gomez as backup. We've got if Simican comes in, he'll be there. We've got Sepp van der Berg if you want to keep him there. Costas is there as backup to Robertson, and could he develop better on the slot? I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know. And we've got Bradley and Trent on that side, so we're actually kind of okay. But that number 6 role is
key.
It's key.
It's ever since in football as well. You look at every great side, the Gattuso's, that great Italian side as well. The Pirlo was Iniesta, Busquets. Obviously, Busquets was probably the key one, and obviously Rodri now as well. I know people are going, "Oh, Iniesta wasn't a 6," but he was fully capable of dropping into those deep pockets of space within that Barcelona side as well. And it all starts on the back, but 100%. We've got plenty of shows coming up.
Look at your Twitter there for a second. I sent you a link so you can present that. You want a second.
But yeah, you do need a 6. I think you only have to look across the motorway to see what Rodri's has been doing for City, even for the Spanish national side as well. I know we went off injured in the second half, and we spoke about it as completely the other fella that we spoke about 2 nights ago, Aramendi or whatever his name is, coming in and ducked the water. Didn't really faze him too much, but it is what it is, and we're hoping and we are praying really that Liverpool get it sorted, because at the end of the day, Jürgen's not here no more, and especially Arne Slott's going to be coming in. He would have had good assurances. I don't think he's going to be sitting on his hands accepting what FSG give him. He'll be demanding. Obviously, he'll be wanting to promote, and it's big on his agenda and targets will be promote within as well, but also he will tell the board that exactly what he wants and his ideas really for Liverpool going forward. But big up there, Matthias. Evening. How are we, mate? Hope you had a good day, fella. Evening. Barca have hired Thiago as a new coach. I wish that we thought of that before we let him go. Matthias,
nothing you can do about that. Slot has got his own guys, his own tactics, and Thiago is gifted as he's probably in Barca's probably the best place that he's going to learn to be a coach properly. So I don't want somebody who knows the club, but to go straight into the bench with that was Klopp's bench and not no longer Klopp's bench in the setup of the club would probably be not such a good idea. If Klopp was still there, Thiago upgraded, no problem. He knows the mindset of what Klopp was teaching, the whole lot. Now you to bring him in and to do it to Liverpool, he would have to learn Slot's ways. He would have to learn all the tactics. There's too much of a turnover. Whereas he wants a manager he wants staff that are ready to go, which is the reason why he brought in Johnny Heitinga.
Yeah, 100% there, Matthias. We'll get to Heitinga in a little second as well. Klopp's tactics were washed last year. I think we'd all agree, yes, they were washed. I think even Klopp said when he left as well, we love the man. Everyone loves Jürgen Klopp. I think anyone discrediting what he's done at Liverpool just needs to give their head an absolute big wobble, because especially rival fans would have crawled through fire to get him as manager as well. Like, they literally would have done anything, especially Man United fans at that period of time when Fergie left. Fergie tried his best to get Jürgen to the club. It was very well documented before this big move to Liverpool. But we've got to thank Mrs. Jürgen, as he likes to say. Jürgen Klopp, Ule, what an absolute legend. And most importantly, hopefully Jürgen's enjoying his little... He looks about 20 years younger, and that's what you want. You want him to just relax and enjoy himself. He's got a lovely tan as well. It's always well and good when you got a lovely big mansion in Spain. It really does help. But he does deserve it after all.
Check out what I sent you on Twitter, Jack, for the display. No, you've got it there, so to display it. It's just because we're on the number 6 before we move on from it.
Bit of a second here, chat. But yeah, Kev, in terms of Johnny Heitinger, I'll bring that up in a little second as well. In terms of him coming into the football club, we spoke about Arne Slot over the last 2 nights as well. He's going to come in, as you alluded to, his fresh ideas, his own vision for the football club as well. And by all accounts, by all the journalists, the Dutch journalists over the last couple of years, his standing within Dutch football, especially obviously taking a little time, obviously took an interim basis at Ajax last year, I think it was anyway. Very highly regarded. I know I joked with my title and my thumbnail, especially in the background there as well, in an Everton kit, but it's one of them, innit? I think Sammy Lee was the assistant at Everton, and he's been the assistant at other clubs as well, of rivals to Liverpool. So it does happen in football. As long as Jurgen doesn't turn up at Man United or Everton, then we're all good.
Yeah, look, how can I say it without being too disrespectful? Liverpool don't care pretty much who was at Everton and who wasn't at Everton. If they want to come to Liverpool afterwards, we do that. It's Everton on the other side that remember, there's the reason why they call it the bitters, Les. There's the reason why they call it the bitter blues, you know. So we don't care as long as they suit the club. We didn't care that Sammy went to Everton, really. You know, if it was Steven Gerrard that went to Everton or some legend like that, you'd expect legends not to go to clubs like that. You know, that's what I'm saying. But guys like this that are just, you know, I mean, just we'd Abel. I remember Abel Xavier. He was at Liverpool, went to Everton. Did anybody care? You know, no. You know, Beardsley went there, didn't he? Or something. Anybody?
Yeah, so
great player. Didn't care at the end of it. So
it does happen in football. Just bear with me 1 second here. Yeah, I am getting my notes up. As I do make some notes. Do try my best. So Johnny Heitinger, obviously, documented on Liverpool's website today. Obviously, a former international defender, Heitinger left West Ham United, where he was the first team assistant coach following the 2023-24 season as well. The Dutchman spent the campaign as part of David Moyes' backroom staff, having started his coaching career at Ajax as well. Spells with Ajax, Heitinger, his playing career, was it? I'm thinking that it was him that like karate kicked Alonso. It was Nigel de Jong, wasn't it? But obviously he played in that Dutch side. It's absolutely awful. Apart from Wesley Sneijder and Ian Robben and the odds.
All those ball guys look the same.
Yeah, so I think it must be a bit. I think there's going to be one show where me and Kev and Paul used to go out there and get a ball cap in support of Arne Slot as well.
That's incoming, man. There's going to be so many skinhead caps coming around the place of just like completely like tight shaved head and just lads, you know, just like this. You're going to see it. I can't wait to do it myself.
Could you imagine a whole cop of just bald? Like everyone just so that famous picture of like the typical like the Scousers in the trackie in the cop from like the 70s and 80s. I love it. It's the trackies on with the afros.
A lot of people were jealous of the Liverpool style back then. I mean, Manchester tried to copy Liverpool so many bloody times, but they ended up being like about 14 months too late before the trends changed again. You know, so yeah, like Liverpool when they finished walking around in trackies in the late 70s, early 80s, and the mid 80s like that. The United were doing it like right into the mid 90s. So you know,
I'm not going to comment on style. You know me, Chess.
You guys thought you would look depressed with a good old England. Nah, Jesus.
Okay.
I care about that.
He's I'm Scouse. So, Paul, I'm guessing you didn't watch it live anyway, boy. Yeah, but Paul,
I threw a TikTok up and it got about 16,000 views. With just me and my family playing poker from a couple of years back. Saying it's not coming home. Yeah, because my dad, right? So my dad refused to say it's coming because he's Irish and all that. And he wanted to say it's going because I said I'm never in England. I was never in England. You know, that kind of school. But he goes, we all went. I goes, my mum goes, it's not coming home. The buddy goes, it's not coming home. The brother goes, it's not coming home. I get to my dad and he goes, Neil Dulawalya, it's not going home, is what he says, right? And then we couldn't stop laughing at it because we thought he was going to translate it and just translate it as not coming home, but he didn't. He translated it the way he wanted to translate it, and that's why he was even funnier. So yeah.
Happy days. Thriller from the Manila. How are we, lads? Big up, mate. My sensei Spider, big up there, lads. Should we have an ex-Everton in the coaching staff, Paul? As Kev just alluded
couldn't
to
kill
there,
us.
could you imagine the fume if he wins the Champions League with us? Bear in mind, imagine if he puts that on Twitter or his Instagram. It was bad enough Ronald Koeman putting a red Christmas tree up anyway. So, Jack,
It'd be great if he started to run up and down the touchline after scoring and after seeing us winning a late one in the derby or something, and he's just in the middle of Goodison just legging around the place with his hands up in the air. That's the fume. That's what they're worried about. Then they won't be worried about him coming to us. We won't be worried about him coming to us, but they'll be worried about that.
Yeah, 100%. For like this is a ball cap, you know. I glue this on every night.
For a long time, people thought I was bald because of the way my hair is like that. Because I said I just got a big forehead, lads.
Yeah, there we go. So, in terms of, I think, Kev, I'll get that up in the other episodes anyway. I've got it up here.
Palacios. You get him in, man, and I know Alonso said that he didn't want to sell 7 of these main players, but those stats on him, dude, are ridiculous.
Yeah, we'll do very much a deep dive. We'll do that tomorrow. I'll get that sorted, get the graphics and that sorted tomorrow night. So a big show tomorrow night. We'll do what me and Kevin, I think it was Connor and a couple of the other lads, last year or the year before, where we just identified a couple of players. I pinpointed Gahey a couple of years ago as a player that potentially my dream centre half, especially the left-sided centre-half, would be Bastoni. It has always been. That's prior to them even getting to the Champions League finals over the last couple of years as well. So, tremendous centre-half. Everyone goes, would Italians adapt? But I think he's good enough. He's young enough. And he's certainly got all the attributes to very much thrive. But it cost a pretty penny anyway. But, yeah, as I said, chat, it was only going to be a little short one. Tonight. Kev, anything chat? I was going to say, get a couple of questions in for the comments as well if we have missed. Oh, yeah, we'll speak about obviously the other RB Leipzig centre half as well before we do shoot off anyway. Big up the firm as well. How are we, Wigs? Hope you had a good day, lads. Was at West Ham last season. Don't know. It's one of them, Kevin.
Yeah.
He wasn't the manager at West Ham. He was under the tenure of.
He's under instructions. Yeah, he's got instructions. Look, he probably has ideas of his own. Like Schlatt has got his own plans and he gives them to the other guys. So everything that comes back from them is on him. Fitness wise, they'll give their own routines. He'll get them to write up their own routines, but he'll want it based around a certain strategy and a certain type of fitness and a certain type of closing down, a certain type of whatever. Moyes was the same. If West Ham play a certain way and he just tells Johnny Heitinga to train him in that way, he's just got to train him in that way. It's that simple. It mightn't be his choice. It mightn't be his thing. This is why people evolve and become managers and then do their own thing because they have their ideas, but they still have to listen to whoever the boss is. So Heitinga is going to come in. He's probably a good disciplinarian. He's probably a good person to be a man manager and around. And he's probably a good person to instill a strong mentality within defensive unit within the team. So he's especially for playing at Everton that long and having to deal with that. But it's he'll just do what Slot asks him to do. If he was coming in as a manager, then I'd be sitting here going, what the hell is this going on?
Should be good. Everyone, smash a like on the video as well. Forgot to say at the top of the show, absolute legends. Matthias, Kev probably would keep up to date with that, but you know me, Matthias, after all these years on the channel. I say I'm going to do fantasy football. I think last season I started the show and was like, got big plans for this show. And then it dies after the second week anyway.
I won every single league I was in for the Euros. Every single one of them.
So there you go, Kev. If you want to do a fantasy football show on the channel.
Yeah. I'll set one up.
Yeah, as I say, Kev can debrief after every weekend and chat to you all. I do enjoy it, but I just lose interest quite quick with that. Was it 15 million for Haaland? Ridiculous joke. Wiggs, I think Calaflori is the stronger of the two. Yeah, he's still in. It's going to be interesting where he does go. I know he was supposedly linked with Liverpool. I know I done a show a couple of weeks ago, but yeah, I think he's just going to be one of them that will end up at like Nice or somewhere random in Europe anyway. But yeah, 100%. Arne Schloss, big up there, Swat, is going to do well. Me being a PSV fan, I hope the lads feel like it was I was right about Gakpo. Heitinga was an interim coach, but the few weeks he was head coach, he was getting results. Big up there, Swat. I think you time it really well. I think you just click on the videos when there's a little bit of a Dutch contingent. But Swat, it's
Newkin and the Kuchen.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah.
You can smell it.
You can smell the Dutch. But happy days. That's what we always do enjoy appreciate your input as well. You've got more of a greater insight, especially when it comes to the Eredivisie football as well. And you were spot on, Swat. I know some sections of our fan base are still not sold on Gakpo. We spoke about that 2 nights ago as well.
Just keep him left.
Yeah.
Don't put him in centre, keep him left.
Yeah, I love the lads anyway. Heitinga was an interim, so I'll tell you what Ajax obviously used for buzzing last year, winning the Eredivisie title anyway, and I think he probably should win this year if you keep hold of Bakayoko. Swat, I'd say that pose that question back to you, lad. Do you think you will keep hold of Bakayoko this season? If not, who do you think he potentially could go to in Europe as well? Is it Arsenal as well? Yeah, Calum's going to be one of them as well. Quickly posing it, I definitely do. I go silent, but watch and enjoying every live I see. Happy days there, so very much appreciated, la. You're absolute legends. We're going to quickly touch on.
Why did he go to Arsenal, California?
I don't mean it's 100% confirmed yet, but yeah.
Like that's telling Saliba and Gabriel that they're not good enough, really, and he's not going to want to sit there as a backup, and neither will any of them. So,
unless he did get rid of City and Arsenal were all playing like centre halves, like a whole back line, full on Italian football, where they were playing centre halves, right back and left back. I know everyone goes, "Oh, it's inverted fullbacks and all that jazz," but nah. But speaking of centre halves as well, Kev, obviously Mohamed Simakan. 24 years old. This week, he was supposedly linked with Liverpool. A couple of reports this week. Another centre half off the conveyor belt of RB Leipzig, Kev. The RB machine that it is. Obviously, Pep Linders has gone to Salzburg as well in Austria, and he's got big hopes for him. But they do it really well. RB in terms of the whole structure as a football club, the strategy, the integration to the football clubs in which they have signed as well, and what I like, and it's interesting that we'll probably do another show on this in terms of what FSG do in relation to signing potentially as a Toulouse or another club as well that could benefit Liverpool. And some people are liking it, some people don't. But at the end of the day, if big clubs in Europe are continuing to do it and not getting a slap on the wrist, then I think Liverpool could massively benefit in terms of just loaning. And
I've got these stats here, Zach, if you want to.
Yeah, go on.
Will I share here?
You can share as well.
There we are.
Just put share and I'll put that up as well. So, chat, do let us know your thoughts on this, lads. Another young centre half from Leipzig, 24 years old anyway. There we go.
Weirdly enough, again, let me just zoom in on that. Weirdly enough, he's like a striker.
Yeah, well, it's that pattern of play really that you do look and analyse. Where Joel Matip, we spoke about it 2 nights ago, didn't we, chat, in relation to how we want our... It's the modern day centre half, Kev. You need to very much... Obviously, firstly, you want them to be an absolute outstanding centre half, 1v1 areas, pace as well, especially if you're in the modern day game. Look
at those stats and strikers. Look at the forwards.
That is an absolute joke. Like when you look at the data there, how many games is that? Just scroll down a little bit.
It says it's the whole season, 2,736. You know, most played, average of 225. Yeah.
I tell you what, That is the first time I look at it as data
It's nuts.
and chat. By Lord, if we can get him at the right price, that is an absolute joke.
His non-penalty XG is in the 199%.
How many goals? Did he get 20 goals this season?
Shots total, right, per game is 1.15 shots a game. He's in the 98th percentile for that.
I do not want that, because I do not want to be hearing the Cop or Anfield shouting.
They won't have to. He's going to do it anyway.
Lads, I was going to say, he's going to be shooting from the halfway line every chance he gets.
His assisted goals are in the top 10 or 99 as well.
I don't know.
What's going on here? Who's this fella?
Is his agent like somehow got hold of his Wikipedia or something? And
I don't know. Like, for me, it should be upside down the other way. I mean, this should be like average stats of a centre back going forward. You know what I mean? So yeah, but look at all of this: progressive carry, progressive passes. You know, Nick, his touches and progressive passes on 99%. So he can bypass the midfield to the forward line. Progressive passes all the time, 2 to 3 a game. That's nuts.
Yeah, as Callum said there, he can score a little cheeky company goal. We'd take that, mate, 100%. Big up the Slot. We'll get to your comment there. Shout out.
Wait, I take that back. It's not a company goal. It's an Agger goal. All right.
Oh, an Agger goal.
It's a Daniel Agger goal. Let's get that right. All right, Cal?
There we go. But yeah, interesting. We'll certainly do a number 6 show. We'll do centre halves. We'll get him back up anyway, and we'll look at the data and try and compare it. But that's really good, that, Kev. Nice. Yeah. And big up chat. Like, obviously, I can understand now why the rumours, and certainly Liverpool have a very good understanding and a good working relationship with RB Leipzig, because we don't mess them about. Leipzig aren't stupid. They're a good, well-run football club. They know that a big club will come in for their top talent.
They're a manufacturer club.
Yeah,
that's what I call it. If you think a boy band's being manufactured, that's what RB Leipzig is to a football team. They find some of the best young talent around, especially in Africa, especially in all of these places, Middle East, all this, and they bring them up. They get some of this, the Americans in as well, and they throw them through Salzburg, they test them out, and then they bring them up to Leipzig, and you know they have a proper kind of setup there for creating new talent, really.
Yeah, big up there, 100% there, Kev. Chat, keep on getting any comments in as well. Very much appreciated. Klopp to Slot. Great name, that one. Slot now has his backroom staff to help support putting his ideas across and trading. Analysing the squad, see where he actually thinks he needs to strengthen and leave the rest to Hughes as well. 100% there, mate. 100%. Calafiori can play left back as well. 100%. I feel like from SWAT, I feel like Endo's going to do bits this new season. He was a new signing, but he seems adjusted pretty quick. Obviously,
he was overworked last season.
Yeah, obviously, Schwartz, if anyone just tuning in, is a PSV fan, so it's interesting from his outside point of view with that as well. Yeah, the Agger goal. And I did ask Schwartz, or ask Hughes as well, chat, where did you see Bakayoko potentially going off the back of this season if he was to go somewhere? I think, was it Brentford like 6-8 months ago? We're linked with him as well. It's going to be interesting. But Schwartz said Bakayoko would be a great stand-in for Salah. He's very Doku-like, reaches the back line. Nunes would profit as well. Interesting. That's what, obviously, still a very young talent. Obviously,
sorry, Swat. Well. Get him in.
yeah, get him in. Yeah, we were saying that with Cody Gakpo when we sort of like, oh yeah, we'll take one of your best players, well, your captain as well. So yeah, we don't want to be raiding PSV again. I don't think Swat will be tuning in next time. I would be very surprised if Simakan fall under Edwards and Hughes' profile for a new central defender. Will be interesting, Matthias. It will be very interesting. And keeping the theme of centre halves as well. Speed of last closing point, really, in terms of tonight's show. Obviously, we spoke about centre halves quite a lot tonight. And we will do this week as well, and any potential new signings. And we'll analyse the squad as well. But this is Jarell Quansah speaking about, obviously, his flourishing career so far, but most importantly, a very breakthrough season where he was thrust upon limelight really, and he was given an opportunity, and he certainly didn't disappoint. Kev, did he? At a chat, like he took the ball by the horns really, and made that position his own. I think the most telling thing with Jarell Quansah was the interview where when Matip got injured, or I think he went to go a suspension, he was like, "Yeah, sounds." But it was a confidence. But you have to be confident if you are a footballer as well. But and I can't understand our fan base sometimes. You were like, "Oh, how dare he say that?" No, he's a young lad. He's got big aspirations. He probably might one day want to captain Liverpool. You want him to have that attitude. Don't want him to be sat there on the sideline going, "Yes, I'm content with being the fifth choice centre half at Liverpool and collecting my 50 grand over me next."
He has to have it, but he has to back
Yeah.
it up too, and that's the whole point. He's going to do that.
He will, yeah.
Yeah.
So 100%, mate, 100%. We'll get to the comments as well. It is quotes, sorry. So he goes on to say on LFC's website, all the links to all the articles are in the description as well if you're watching. I won't read it all, so I won't bore you anyway, but you can check it out in its full entirety after if you are watching the show on a repeat. I was waiting for the moment for it to click. This is Jarell Quansah, everyone, to click and stuff like that. But I don't think I'm going to get used to that, get used to what happened last season. I'm always a person who wants to improve and kick on, and that alludes to exactly what Kev's just said there as well. Goes on to add, I look at the positives and negatives and just try to take it all in and try to improve on the next season, really. That's what my reflection sort of told me. It was just about how to kick on and how to get the best version of myself. It's more the same and just keep improving, like I said before, to try the best version of myself, just to keep getting better and better on the training pitch and being a sponge and taking everything around me that I can. And he goes on a bit later, but that was, I just wanted to pick that section really, Kev. That is, especially that last paragraph there and that last line really, he's more or less being a sponge, Quansah, and taking everything around him that he possibly can. That's certainly something that certain other players at certain other football clubs in the Premier League could certainly take on board, really, from a youngster.
Yeah, look, I want them to keep talking like that as long as they can back it up, but they got to keep backing it up. If you talk like that, you got to back it up. You can talk a big game, but you can look stupid if you don't back it up. But he did all season. He was great. I think, did he even have one or two small little young fella type errors? But I mean, that's just, but that wasn't like leading to goals or anything like that. It's just, and that's a good thing. It's not like errors that are leading to goals. It's errors that he ends up, correcting and recovering from and stuff like that. And there was like one or two max in the entire season. Obviously he's kind of better when he's more on the left hand side where Verge plays. But when you look at Verge for Holland, the majority of the time Verge is on that right hand side. When he's playing there, it depends on who he's playing with. So if Verge can play across the back, he can play across the back. They're very capable. Matip is gone now. Joe Gomez might be kept around just because of that. Because of Matip leaving, you never know. I liked him to stay around because I thought he was. I thought Joe Gomez had his best season for us last season than since the 2018-2019 season. Before he picked up that big injury, which.
Especially if he's put those injuries behind him, Kev, as well. He can certainly be a massive asset. Like, let's not forget, he won the league with us. Him and obviously Matip and obviously Virgil playing a very pivotal role in that team as well.
Yeah, look, you could see actually how good Joe was last season. And he barely put a foot wrong last season. Like, he was probably man of the match for us a multitude of times, or could have been even more if McAllister wasn't so good in the team last season, time and time again. So for me, as long as Quansah gets his head down, gets stuck in, and shows the new boss what he's all about, I think he could solidify his place in the team straight away. Like as our main centre back, I really do.
It was just today. Sorry, there, Kev. It was just fresh air, like just to see him coming in, and like just to say, like, it's been a very long time since I've seen a young player come into this Liverpool side and perform to those sheer levels. As he said, there's still levels he can go up, even like 20 levels, and that's great from a development point of view. But fundamentally, it was all sink or swim really in the big Premier League games and being a Premier League player, especially at his age. But Yeah, sorry there, Kev.
No, you're all right. But Joe Gomez, for me, people would say get rid of him. If you're going to bring in 2 defenders, yeah, he'll probably go. And Stefan de Boer will probably go with him. Like if you're going to do anything, you could really use who's played in the German league. You could really use Sepp as a make weight for somebody like a Simican or somebody like these kind of guys to come in and play and join the squad. But Joe Gomez showed me last season that he can actually pretty much do the Milner role within the squad right now. He can, if he's needed at left back, he's there. If he's needed at right back, he's there. If he was playing, he played DM a couple of times last season, was very good at it. So I actually thought there and left back was some of his best games last season. So if you have him coming off the bench with the ability to do that, keep him. You don't need to buy anymore, and he already knows the club. He already knows what's expected. He might even thrive even more under Slot. But if Sepp van den Berg can't step up, or he's not good enough for the club, or but other people are would go after him, especially the way he played at it was a Mainz last season. I would 110% sell him. If I had my full way, I'd probably sell both of them and get somebody else in. Just to, but if we're going to need, if we're going to go all out for a number 6, and we want to kind of keep the squad somewhat steady, Joe Gomez is an easy one to keep around because of how consistent he can be in coming on and slowing down the game. When you need him to.
And he can play right back and left.
He can play everywhere. Yeah, he can play everywhere along that back line and even across that some of that midfield. I think he played a striker as well last season at one point. But it was like, but yeah, I would do that. Well, if not, I would definitely use Sepp as a make weight for somebody like I said. I would try and save all that money and go after a Palacios or an Neves or somebody like that that's going to come in and really settle that midfield.
Yeah, chat. Let us know your thoughts before we do shoot off. Anyway, we'll have plenty of shows. We'll have the 6 shows. Player profiles as well, obviously centre half shows as well. We'll get all your views and thoughts. Really, Kev's going to be back in a little second. No worries, that. Just give us a thumbs up when you're back, mate. But let's get to all your comments as well. We'll rattle off all of them as well. So Callum's went Gakpo, Nunes, Salah, the front 3 right now when all fit. Probably potentially Callum. I know obviously when you do play different opposition, it will differ really because. Obviously, Nunes has got his strengths. Gakpo has got his strengths. Jota even coming in as well, as we spoke about last night as well. All right, Kev. Was that Seth van der Berg trying to get you there?
No, my bloody cam link is that I found my little one swinging off it, and she's kind of bent the USB thing for my cam link. So now if you touch off it, it goes off. So I might invest in either a new USB port or a new cam link. I don't know which one. Maybe both. I don't know.
Yeah, there we go. So Callum. Send us Seth van der Berg, would be grateful. Yeah, it's obviously yet again. Obviously we've done deals with Leipzig, as we just alluded to about 10 minutes ago as well. We've done deals with you getting your captain off yours. So it's about having a good working relationship, and it only would benefit all clubs involved as well. Like the PSV even get a couple of our youngsters coming through and developing them as well. Be a mutual agreement between all clubs really involved. Elliot says to be our Odegaard. Yeah, I've got a special show planned for Elliot. Certainly we'll just do a player profile on him and how his aspirations. I think I'm going to try and, before the new season, we'll do like the defense show, obviously midfield and then attack. And then
Elliot needs to be just in here, you know that? You can't make Elliot run anywhere because he's not a quick player. But he's really gifted in close proximity and spaces. Yeah, and if you keep him in this space, he'll be able to do magic.
Yeah, it's gonna do it for you. Gonna do some song and dance there, Kev. A little bit of throwing shapes, lads. There we go. Elliot, well, 100% there, Callum. I just can't imagine that Liverpool sign of a defender that is not left-footed. That hole has been vacant and ignored for too long. And Edwards is usually a guy paying attention to detail as well. 100% there, mate. So Swats posed us a question. You evolve chat as well. Fun question. Which current player is going to surprise the fans the most, you guys reckon? Arne has a hand for promoting and discovering talent at the club, but overlooked as well. I'm going to go straight in there with is it Harvey Blair? is it the young lad Blair? I think you've seen a couple of the pictures coming out this week of him being promoted. Obviously, with not a lot of the senior lads coming back. Obviously, suppose like come back and it was yesterday or the day before. But keep an eye on Blair. I think it's Harvey Blair, or I think his second name's Blair anyway. Very highly regarded in the academy. I've not seen a lot of him, but listening to and reading articles about this youngster coming through.
Tony Blair.
Hopefully it's not him. Like, bloody. And Kev, have you got a name to pull out the hat, really, or potentially player
who can drive on from last season? Oh, I think Gakpo is going to thrive under Slat. I think his formation is going to suit him out in that wing. If he keeps him out in that wing, don't make him go centre forward. It limits him so much when he's more creative from the left hand side. If he comes back deep, looks for that ball inside, then heads straight for the wing and he spreads defenses, and that's what you want. So let him do that. But also, I think Bajcetic could really step up again. I have high hopes for Bajcetic. I really do. I think he'd be a fantastic player. He's been non-stop learning from Thiago. As long as he doesn't learn his injuries, I'll be happy. But outside that, Harvey, there's a potential there if we play more central with a player, because I think he suits more completely on the wing or more central rather than just being stuck in that right attacking mid kind of position. I think we could see the return.
I completely agree with Dan's as well.
Yeah.
Like,
I also think that Robertson and or Jack calls him Robinson, and
it's always sorry, chat. He's just screaming at the telly when you're watching it. Kevin knows it. You all know me for the last 7 years, 8 years on YouTube, and like since we've signed him, Robinson. I was like, it's not Robinson. It's because we used to have a player, the lad that
Jack Robinson.
Jack Robinson. I know. Sorry,
it's always been there, yeah.
But I think we could see from calling him Robbo.
Robbo, stick it. Yeah, we're better off sticking to Robbo, aren't we? All of us. But it's I think you could see the old school Robertson and Robbo, I should say, and Trent return with the wide balls coming in from early cross. I missed the early crosses from Robbo and Trent, man, because Manny used to make runs where Nunez is always making runs and he never gets the ball early. He got the ball early twice early last season after coming off the bench against Newcastle. He got the ball early. The instant he got it, he was gone, and he went through and goal and scored 2 goals. Every time he receives the ball late, he had too much time to think about it, too much positional sense. The dude is a walking tiger, man. So he just wants to react, and if you give him too much time to react, he just sits there like a cat and just starts licking himself. It's just what it is. Like, they just start grooming themselves because they're like, oh yeah, what happened there, boy?
That is completely out of context.
It is, but that's what it means, because that's what cats do. Cats get distracted. Cats are very reactive and they'll go after you. That's Darwin Núñez. But you leave them sit there and do something, or you give them a ball to play with, they get distracted, they turn around, they do stuff, and then they just stare at you, say, oh, what was I doing again? And that's Darwin Núñez.
Only be your mate when you've got Scran as well, Cats. I'm not going to go on a tangent. We'll try and keep on script anyway. But yeah, Harvey Blair, I was right, chat. I should have backed my own knowledge, really. He's obviously a young player coming through, only 20, and obviously the other lads as well. Jaden Dans, I think hopefully we do see a lot more of him. Potentially could be the new Jarell Quansah coming through as well. There's plenty to look forward to. Let's get to Robin's comments as well. But really do appreciate Kev and all views. All Kev's channel links are in the description as well. So please do head over, subscribe to Kev's channel, get him up to a K. And obviously, please do drop a follow on his TikTok as well. He's trying to get
I want to go live on TikTok. Yeah, I need to get to 1,000. I'm on like nearly 700 or something.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you could even stream it now when we're live as well.
Yeah.
Wiggs, we should sell Joe. He's injury prone most seasons. Make profit whilst he's in form.
He doesn't have injuries though per se though. It's always it's those 2 big ones that caught him and limited him for a period. It was the broken leg with what's his name, Sterling. Right, when he got injured by Sterling in training, in the England training, and the other one was Ben Mee when we played when he got really bad. That was the horrible one that he got, but he recovered from them, and then he just didn't get game time. He was available, or recovery setbacks after that one, but that was it in that just like that 2-year period. Ever since he's pretty much been available, if anything, he's taking the odd knock where he's missing for one game and he's back, but that's about it. But I mean, Salah's missing for one game and back, but he's not as like he's not Naby Keita, Thiago or Oxlade-Chamberlain or Sturridge injured or Lallana or Jota. I can start putting Jota into that bracket as well, Mike, because he's barely playing 5 or 6 games more than the rest of them, in a season. So I hope his injury record is left behind him this season.
Everyone touch wood.
But he's already injured again in the Euros. That's why he didn't play at the end.
Yeah. So Matthias Inacio, still top my list for that left-footed central defender as well. I'm very excited to see the best left back in Scotland, Owen Beck, and of course Stefan den Berg, who got so much praise in Germany. They are trying everything in mind to get him back as well.
It works easy. Just pay money.
Pay the top dollar. It's good to see Gakpo, Nunes, and Diaz all performing for their countries. I feel like with the amount of games to come, even the rotation is top tier and it's important in it. Swat. Massive thank you, Kev, for coming on. Will you be streaming this evening?
I will be. Yeah, Nobody Wants to Die. That came out. It was meant to come out at midnight last night, but it didn't. I think it came out like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'll be streaming that as soon as I get the kiddies to sleepies.
Okie dokie, massive thank you to everyone for tuning in. As I said, did feature big shout out to Kelly, I think it was. Yeah, big up there, mates. And if you are watching on the repeat,
last comment.
Oh yeah, I'll get to that in a second. And any comments that you do put in the post-match show, if you're watching it when it's not being live, get your comments in. Me, Kev, or anyone on the channel will very happily reply to it as well and have a little discussion as well. As Swat said there, David Hanko, the guy who saved the ball on the line for Slovenia during the Euros final player, is really good and cheap. Slots eyeing him as well. There we go.
What have I been saying for about 4 seasons now?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
David Hancock. He's a left. He can play a left back, left centre back, and central defensive midfielder. Get him.
I'd be very surprised he doesn't end up in the Premier League. I'll say that now. Anyway, played quite well against England as well. It certainly did shut down Saka for the time. Big up there, Zuki. It's all right, lad. You can rewind. Hope you had a good day, lad. Anyway, and you've been good, lad. And thank you for tuning in, mate. And Cappy and Gordon should be our main 2 priorities, potentially, mate. Thing is, we could do, and probably as we've done plenty of YouTube videos, I think, where we just sign players that have been on YouTube for about 7-8 years. Like Liverpool will pull a rabbit out of the hat, and it'll be like, whoa, that's quick. Like whilst everyone's attention's looking at Yoro and the Meltdown and the Meltdown, don't, as I say, me and Kev, we spoke about it a couple of nights ago, and just everyone don't get too invested in all these transfer rumours. The biggest source of information on planet Earth in relation to Liverpool is Liverpool Football Club's all social media accounts. When they're holding up a Liverpool shirt, then believe all that as well. We'll talk about it. We'll speak about potential rumours as well, because we're a fan channel. But as I said, it's going to be an exciting season to come, Kev, and chat. Yeah, absolute bloody legends. And we'll be seeing you tomorrow we'll be seeing you at 6 p.m. UK time, or possibly 6:30. Just keep an eye on, put your bell notification on as well. We will be live tomorrow evening, and we'll speak about whatever is bouncing around the Liverpool scene anyway. But Reds, if you are watching on the repeat, make sure you drop a like, drop a subscribe if you are new, and most importantly, every single one of you, look after each other. Have a good day tomorrow. Go and smash it, and we'll see you tomorrow for another episode. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, of course.